Friday. Q&A. Fanmail. Lovely. I have a number of package and a letter. Love getting letters. We will start with, we'll go straight to the questions because I don't actually have any events coming up. I opted not to do a big Halloween event this year on account of I am exhausted. I've had back-to-back events and couldn't do it. So next year hopefully. It's supposed to be absolutely abysmal weather on Saturday, so I'll probably hand out candy on Halloween if anyone comes by, but I don't expect anyone to. But we'll see. We will see. Questions. Let's go straight to the questions. The Great Saxtonian asks, would you ever consider doing a range day with your old medieval recreation bow and arrow? No, because it broke many years ago and I never got around to making a new one. I had the materials, I just never actually got around to learning how to do it and doing it. So I don't currently have a medieval bow, and I think my arrows are still in Idaho with most of our medieval gear still in storage there. Maybe the next time I'm over that side, I'll pick it up and bring it over with me so that I can do some stuff with it. That would be fun. Thomas W. In your opinion, what 3D blaster would be good to injection mold? All of them. But ones that I would absolutely love to see, the Jupiter. I would love an injection molded Jupiter. The Pew Pew. Oh Lord, the Pew Pew. Like all of the pistols, the Magpie, the Gecko, the big ones, the Lynx, the Caliburn. Any of them. The Massive Burn. Lord, I would love to have an injection molded Massive Burn. The Woozy, and some of them they have been by dubious third-party companies who stole the designs and injection molded them and never did a very good job. But yeah, all of them, any of them. But I would love injection molded Pew Pews so much. FDLs, oh, what I wouldn't do for injection molded FDLs. I think that'll actually come up later in the questions. Stuart Craig has a number of questions. What are your opinions on X-Shot? They're cool. They're good quality, and they're very powerful for their size, and they tend to be cheaper. And they send me free stuff, so, you know, I'm hardly going to say horrible things about them. If you had to use one blaster as your only blaster for the next year, what would it be? FTL3. Can you give any advice on building a LARP character for events like Afterworlds and LARPs of that nature? Oh, basic advice, for your first one, go with something you're comfortable playing. Don't try to jump straight into something that is wildly different and out of character for you, would be my advice. Other people might advise you to actually, to try to get as far from your comfort zone as possible first round in, but I think if you're too focused on trying to stay in a character you're not used to, it will make it more difficult to play the game. Once you get very familiar with the mechanics of whatever LARP you're in, you can then go for more ostentatious characters, more out of your comfort zone characters, get weird and interesting because you don't have to worry about the rules, you can focus on character. Well, that's my advice. Take it or leave it. Train! Arison Staubley. What is your go-to precision blaster? It's actually a paraphrasing of the question, but I like that they used the word precision as opposed to accuracy. Precision, to me, has a more broad concept. There are more aspects to something being qualifying as a precision blaster than simply being an accurate blaster. In my opinion, and this is my definition, you may have a different definition, there may be a more standard definition that I am unaware of, but to me, for something to qualify as a precision weapon, the key element is reliability, which is, again, involves more than just accuracy. For something to be reliable, it needs to do exactly what it is expected to do every single time. Now, what you expect of it may vary depending on the blaster and what you're planning to use it for. You would have different expectations of a precision pistol than you would of a precision rifle, for instance. One, you're expecting more range, the other, you have different expectations, but you expect it to do exactly what it's supposed to do every single time. So it is reliable in that it doesn't break, it isn't finicky, it doesn't require a lot of in-the-field adjustments. It's you pull the trigger and the dart goes where you're expecting the dart to go. For an HVZ blaster, for me, that's going to be, I want to be able to hit a man-sized target at 30 feet. much past that, and it might be accurate beyond that, but I don't really care because I'm not generally going to engage targets at that range in an HVZ. Whereas in a Nerf war, especially a competitive one like a 5v5, I'm going to want a longer range, and again, I'm going to expect it to do it every single time. I don't want to be making adjustments to my blaster in the middle of a timed round. I don't want it to only fire every other time, but that one time that it does fire, it's really accurate. Now, I need it to be accurate every single time. And to me, of all the blasters that I have, again, the one that fits that is the FDL3. They're robust, they are well built, they are well designed, they do what they're expected to do, they are accurate, they're reliable, they are a precision blaster, and it's a shame that they are no longer being manufactured. That's why I'd love to see an injection molded of a version on that level of precision, that quality. So there are my thoughts on that. Michael Nimrod. What is your opinion on the Star Wars prequel trilogy? I am actually a huge fan of the prequel trilogy, but that's largely because I am a history nerd, and I didn't view it as the story of Anakin, or of Obi-Wan, or of any of the other main characters that you would think it would be about. To me, the prequel trilogy is all about Palpatine's rise to power. Because you could get rid of Anakin, you could get rid of Obi-Wan, you could get rid of Padme, you could get rid of all the other characters, and the story would almost be the same anyway. Palpatine would still have risen to power, and that's what it was all about. He started those wars in order to take over, and that is very reminiscent of some other historical rises of power. Napoleon, Caesar, and being a history nerd, I see the parallels in that, and it's really cool to see how he manipulated that. And everything on the front was not really as important to me. It was really cool to see how he did that, and all of the manipulations, and all of the little twists and little quirks, and how he played both sides, and all of that to me was really, really fascinating from a historical perspective. Whatever you think of, the things about midichlorians and the acting and the special effects and all of that, that to me isn't what really mattered. What I really liked about it was the history, so I really liked it. Rix Riggum. Are any of your named blasters named after anything other than Norse gods? No. I do have a couple of blasters that need names. There are a couple that definitely earned their names in my more recent engagements, so I need to think about that. Johnny Blaze! Do you like Nerf Fortnite 6SH and Rough Cut? Yes, those are fabulous blasters. I've got a pair of the 6SHs over here in my Hammershot wall. I know they're not Hammershots, but, they fit that. And then Rough Cut is just still a fabulous Nerf shotgun. So, Comic Nerd 101. Have you read the Star Wars Republic Commando books? No. Autumn Eule Neshoba. Who crowned you? Bishop Guillaume Marchand de Fleur was the one who performed my coronation. Mad Hatter. Do you need more board games for the undisclosed compound? Not really. There's really only one board game I play often and one card game, and I've pretty much completed those collections. I have some other ones, some neat ones. I like ones that look like books. I've got a bunch. I think it was Deadwood, Salem, and probably I don't remember, Tortuga, I think. There was a series of ones. We found two of them at a Goodwill, and then I tracked the other one down online. They look like a book, but it's a board game. And I recently got a really nice copy of Clue in a wooden book box, a collector's kind of edition thing at Goodwill for like $3. It was ridiculous. Really, really like that. But no, I'm not really looking for any board games. It's not really my bag. I know some people that are big into them, and I go to their place to play them, so. Commander Wolf Hadley, do you know of any micro wheel cages that have been made for normal blasters? Not off the top of my head. I know they exist. They're probably available on Thingiverse. The Flywheel of the World originally were making cages for things like the Retaliator and the Deploy to make them into, you know, flywheel blasters and things that had no business being flywheel blasters. And I know people have made micro cages for lots of other ones, but I don't know of any of them off the top of my head or anyone that sells any of them. So, Steel Rider, do you go to Renfest? Not sure what Renfest is, and if so, do you have photos of your costume? Well, before I got into Nerf, I did medieval recreation for the better part of a decade, so there are lots of pictures out there of me in Elizabethan garb, medieval garb, suits of armor, fighting. There's videos of me doing that. I've done it on this channel as well. So yeah, there's lots of pictures of me in my medieval garb. Have you played with HPA systems? I have played with them. I've never built one. One of the many reasons that I recruited Dr. Pews into the crew was so that I could get him to teach me the ways of HPA, because he is an absolute madman when it comes to HPA, and I want to learn. And finally, Stunt Matt. What sort of shenanigans are you and Swamp Cat up to this All Hallows Eve? Mostly staying inside and keeping the cat inside on account of how many people seem to think it's a good idea to hurt black cats on Halloween, because people are the worst. I'm not planning to do a Halloween event, as I mentioned at the beginning, but I will probably hand out candy. So probably stay home and watch horror movies with my cat and eat all of the candy that no one comes to get. Take that! Oh, overshot. And now the Swamp Cat is dubious of the paper. Alright, I have 3 packages and a letter, so let's take a look at that. Right, we'll start with the letter, which is neat. Oh, I'm doing this right. Aha! Dear Captain Xavier, I'm writing to say that I think your channel is great. Always nice to hear. I liked the scrapping parts video and sorting. I look forward to the parts inventory storage. Ooh, I should do a video on my storage as soon as I actually develop a storage system. It's currently kind of a mess around here. There's an area of my shop that I had plans for and then scrapped those plans, and I need to reassess. I missed the Storytime videos. They're not on the LEGO channel from what I could see. I'll rewatch the old ones tonight. I hope the channel... I enjoy the channel and watch it regularly. Thank you. Well, you are welcome. Storytime may continue again. I had thoughts of telling stories while I built LEGO sets, but in the end, I like to just sit and build, and I didn't want to... I've never really felt the urge to actually talk. And so that hasn't happened. I may start up again once I have some good stories. I do have some. I mean, obviously the recent HVZs I've been to, there's stories to tell there, and perhaps I will at some point. So thank you for the letter. This is the sort of thing I really like getting. It reminds me why I keep doing this. So thank you very much. I have a package. I'm pretty sure I know what this one is. I think it is something for review. It is the bow. I was sent one of these, the bow by Foamdemic. Yes. Yes, Foamdemic. But they sent me a right-handed one, and I'm left-handed. So this is a left-handed version, so I just need to transfer all of the hardware over to this, and then I can finally do that video. So stay tuned for that. This is... Y though, the Y bow, which is pretty cool. So looking forward to that. Stay tuned. Neat. All right, we're gonna take a look at this one. Dubious, I tell you. Train. Lego. Oh. Why did this go to my P.O. box? Pretty sure I ordered this for myself, and it's finally arrived. It's the Santa's sleigh. I wanted more of the reindeer for use as forestman cavalry. Lovely. And one last package, but first I must pet Swamp Cat, or she demands her pets. All right. How do I get? That is so much strapping tape. one note. I'm in. Dear Captain Xavier, I hope you are having a wonderful day. Wait, train? There actually is a train going by right now. I hope this small token of appreciation finds your place of honor in your collection. Chris McClure. What do we... Oh, that's right. Found another Crimson Recon in gorgeous condition. Oh, it's all the parts too. We got the barrel and the stock with extra mag. Do I have any of the sights? No. Well, we can't have everything. No. Stop. Look at that. That is just gorgeous condition. Beautiful condition. Yes. Very nice. Well, yes, it will definitely have a place, because I recently finally got my hands on a Crimson Longshot, so I'll be able to put these on display somewhere together. Have to find a spot. Very cool. My thanks. Well, that's what we have for today. As always, you spoil me, and I appreciate your words of encouragement and appreciation. So, if you have questions you want to ask them in the comments of this video, and they will hopefully get answered next time. And as always, thank you guys for watching.